Welcome back to Arts and Entertainment. I'm Crystal Booker. Football fan or no, after that halftime performance, we should all know the Queen is back. Beyonce finally made her comeback during this year's Super Bowl. The pop diva also announced she'd be hitting the road for her Mrs. Carter World Tour. After over 40 stops, she'll be coming to a city near you. Beyonce will be in Charlotte, North Carolina on July 27th. For more tour dates and ticket prices, visit www.ticketmaster.com/Beyonce. Some students use common time for meetings, others enjoy lunch, but these students spent theirs on arts and crafts. Sheila Straub brings us the scoop.
A recent event held by DSU has students painting their own pots. There were a variety of colors for students to choose from to make the pottery their own. One student shares his colors.
I thought these colors would really pop, so I was like, I want to get a pig and I wanted to pop at the same time. So.
Students could paint a flower vase, flower pot, a cupcake, or a pig.
The pigs and the cupcakes also served as piggy banks.
DSU provided the paint, the pottery, and the water cups. All students had to bring was their creativity. Some painted their pottery for themselves, and others decided to use the craft project as a creative and personal gift.
I just thought it would be a great opportunity for me to do a fun activity, and I wanted to paint it because it reminded me of childhood. So
my little in my sorority would appreciate it, so I painted it with her favorite colors, and I'm going to write something to her.
The event was put on by the DSU Daytime Late Night Committee, in part to promote their spring and movie festival. Sheila Straub reporting for Winthrop Close.
If you're interested in putting on events like this one, check out the DSU office in Diggs for an application. Another way Winthrop students are putting their talents to good use is by starting their own businesses. Reporter Chelsea Vicari shows us 2 Winthrop students making their dreams come true.
Winthrop University has seen some talented students over the years. Current students Chelsea Owen and Fernando Pena have added their names to the list by starting their own company based right here out of the Rutledge building. The duo designs and prints textiles, mostly working with musicians and artists. They have made a variety of merchandise for several different clients.
It's no profit, dead press. Right now the plan is late this year, maybe early next year, moving down to Savannah, Georgia, and really putting all of our time and effort into it. So I'll split my time between tattooing and no profit, and just really see if we can make a name for ourselves, like fine art wise, as opposed to just making stuff for ourselves.
The 2 students started the company this semester and are working hard towards a stable future with their idea. They say they love being able to start a business doing something they both enjoy.
It's kind of like a bit that's dying out a little bit. You know, a lot of people use machines and stuff to get their stuff printed, and you know, we're still down to, you know, a table and just a frame. It's really, really handmade. It's pretty unique. You know, we're not opposed to doing work for clients that aren't necessarily bands or artists. You know, like I'd be down to design something for, like, you know, like a hunter's headquarters or something. You know, like whatever it is. You know, we work for cheap. We like to make art, so people appreciate that.
Winthrop students continue to share a common ambition of making a name for themselves. You can check out more of what these 2 are doing at noprofitdeadpress.blogspot.com. This is Chelsea Vicari reporting for Winthrop Close-Up.
We hope that many more Winthrop students will follow their lead and take that first step. Pottery and textiles are not the only interesting things in Rutledge. The gallery has added the works of a new artist, and it gives a whole new meaning to splitting hairs. It's February, and Winthrop is celebrating Black History Month in a uniquely stranded way. The College of Visual Arts and Performing Arts is presenting African American art exhibits by Sonia Clark for the whole month of February. The exhibition displays braids, twists, a chair, jewelry, a carpet made out of combs, and even a comb sculpture of Madam C.J. Walker, an African-American woman who invented the curling iron.
I like this one. It's interesting. The other ones, I feel like this one's done by an African-American woman since it's February, but it's very interesting to see it. It's new, it's different.
If you're interested in viewing the Sonia Clark art collection, please visit the Rutledge Art Gallery from 9 till 5 from now until March 8th. Feeling nerdy? We all have those moments when we need to discuss who would win a fantasy fight between Goku and Superman. If you're passionate about superheroes, comic books, and anime, then we know the perfect club for you. Reporter Nori Young has the story.
The League of Extraordinary Characters is a club where you can indulge your love for animated fantasy fiction. The members come together to discuss and watch movies and anime series.
And we also watch comic book, superhero-related things like DC and Marvel comics. And we have manga nights where we read manga and comic books.
Since most of the meetings involve watching shows or reading together, the mood is friendly.
It's very laid back, and it's a good outlet to just relax and to watch anime and to get to know people that have similar interests as you.
It's a good outlet for anime-ness. I've met a bunch of people here that become my friends, considering I was a new freshman, and helped me find people to start hanging around with.
The members have high hopes for the club and hope that they can bring more anime and comic book fans together on campus.
I would like to see the club eventually get a convention here, or at least grow to where we can have events and things like that. That's what I really love.
If you would like to join the club but don't know much about any of the genres, the requirements are minimal.
Come if you want to learn things and be silly and lazy.
If you're having a dull day, the atmosphere is always animated with the League of Extraordinary Characters. With photographer Alex Jones, I'm Nori Young reporting for Winthrop Close-Up.
The League of Extraordinary Characters meets once a week every Thursday night at 8:30 in Diggs 223. That wraps up arts and entertainment this week. Zoe and Megan will be back with a look at what's happening around the world after this break.
Welcome back. Now it's time for Winthrop Close-Up's news from around the world. The Energy Department says U.S. households spent an average of just over $2,900 on gasoline last year. That's the highest level in 4 years. Another report by the Oil Price Information Service showed Americans spent a record $479 billion in gasoline last year. This is more than 2.5 times what the nation's annual fuel bill was 10 years ago.
A winter storm hammered Canada's Atlantic provinces. Snow and freezing rain wreaked havoc on the roads, leaving the people in the city of Halifax to dig out. The storm caused many schools and government offices to close.
The 64th annual Sapporo Snow Festival is taking place in Japan. The festival features more than 200 snow and ice sculptures at 3 locations in the city. The sculptures are popular with the increasing number of tourists from other parts of Asia. The organizer estimates about 2 million visitors will attend this year.
DNA tests have confirmed that human remains found buried beneath an English car park are those of the country's King, Richard III. British scientists announced they are convinced beyond reasonable doubt that a skeleton found during an archaeological dig last August is that of the former king, who was killed at the Battle of Bosworth Field in 1485. Scientists built this model of the monarch using a CT scan of his remains.
That's it for this week's edition of Winthrop Close-Up.
If you have any suggestions or story ideas, shoot them over at the email listed below.
You can also follow us on Twitter at Winthrop Close-Up. See you next time.